Hello everyone. The video you're about to watch has some themes of self-harm and violence. There are some graphic images, I warn you. But overall, I think the video is decent. It's just going to go over protests of some bands. One being Rage Against the Machine. The other is the Mamas and the Papas, a 1960s band. So I hope you enjoy. If we're going to talk about any band that may protest, I feel like we would have to talk about Rage Against the Machine, especially as a iconic 90s band. I love Rage Against the Machine, and after diving into this for like 45 minutes, I have so much more respect for them. They're incredible. As you can see here, headline, BBC says sorry after Rage Against the Machine singer swears on radio show. Zach De La Rocha utters the F word during the performance. And I like this word choice. I'll let you decide if he utters the F word. Sorry.
I won't do what you tell me. I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you
Get rid of it. Sorry, we needed to get rid of that because that suddenly turned into something we were not... we were expecting it and asked them not to do it and they did it anyway. Because that suddenly turned into something we were not... we were expecting it and asked them not to do it and they did it anyway. So buy Joe's Records.
This is literally the song. This song is saying, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. And the BBC came out and said, you know what, you guys can play, but you can't say those first two words. If you're listening to the rest of the sentence, he's literally repeating, I won't do what you tell me. And this is Rage Against the Machine. Like, they're just going to do crazy shit. This is the most tame, mild thing they could have done. They got extremely lucky by a long stretch. This one is probably the most incredible headline you could ever make. And I applaud Vice for this. 25 years ago, Rage Against the Machine whipped their dicks out in protest. And the fists just... So, I'm forgetting his name, DeRoca, the main singer. His voice essentially went out as they were going to go on stage. And this was like a massive venue in the hype. This was in the 90s. This was like in the height of their prime time. They were killing it. And they needed to get in front of more viewers, right? So they're like, oh my God, what are we going to do? We can't sing, we can't play. And they're like, you know what? We could do something. So in this paragraph, it says, we were on the main stage and we were the first band on. It was right when people started to know us and like us in America. It was our big moment. We went on stage and it was back when Tim Gore, Al Gore's wife, had just started the PMRC to spearhead the parental advisory stickers that they, to this day, still put on records. You could see that it's still... I mean, he was saying this this is a quote from 94, I think this concert was in, and they still have it now. It has that little black and white parental, I'll put it right here, the little black and white parental advisory. And essentially before, when you would get like a vinyl, it would be on the case and you would just peel it right off. So like you would want to peel it off before your parents would see it, right? You'd bring it in. I've never had to experience that. Rage Against the Machine thought these stickers were stupid. So we were against that. We thought it sucked. We were like, we shouldn't play this show. We should instead protest it. Our way of doing that was to go on stage with all of our instruments, then just lean against the amplifiers and let them feedback and do it all naked. So that horrible sound when you like... If you've ever been to like a talent show in elementary school, it's bound to happen where like someone puts a microphone too close to an amp and it's just like really loud. That was it for 15 minutes. I don't know if they successfully made it through 15 minutes of being naked on stage and just feedback noise, but that was their concert. Honestly, like I don't know if I'd get my money's worth, but it'd definitely be a memorable concert. Another one they were trying to get up on stage and the venue was ending at 5 because of a permit. And there was something going on in Minneapolis, so the streets were being shut down. There's cops everywhere. I'm honestly not too familiar with this. There's a lot of stuff they've done. But they had a megaphone, and they just a cappella at a concert. That one's just wholesome. I love that so much. All the fans and everything. Yeah, that one's just nice. I love that one. Going to one that's not as nice. They had the Secret Service after them. So here's another Vice banger headline. Rage Against the Machine were detained by Secret Service after their SNL performance. Rage Against the Machine were not asked back to SNL after hanging upside down flags from their amps. That wasn't all that they did. As a quick recap, it says, reflecting on the situation, Tom Morello recalled, blah, blah, blah. They finished the performance. Dressing room was right down the hall from Steve Forbes. The show was running a little long, and we're going to cut the second number. So they left Rage Against the Machine alone, bored with nothing to do. And they did not like Steve Forbes. He was a politician. And I've no idea who Steve Forbes is, but apparently they just didn't agree with his something. The bassist Timmy Comerford wanted to express himself. So what he did was he took one of the American flags that was hanging upside down from the amp, tore it up, knotted it into a ball. And the quote here that's amazing is, "You might call it a weapon." He then entered Steve Forbes' dressing room across the way to attack him. Steve Forbes was not in his dressing room, but his family was. So Timmy launches the American flag ball rocket at his aunts, cousins, wives, and children. Fortunately, the kind of solid integrity of the ball was not so great, so it just flapped apart, hurting no one. This just reminds me of the scene of in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, where he just walks into the home with the ice cream balls and just slimes the whole family. I would love to be like a fly on the wall and see Tom Morello or Timmy just launching a ball at his family. But you have to remember, Forbes is a presidential candidate. So this is like, I mean, they take this as like an assassination hostage attempt, right? So it says the hallways flooded with Secret Service. We're now locked in our room, and they're protecting Steve Forbes and his family. Oh, these guys are just nuts, man. They're just nuts. We get escorted and put on the sidewalk at 30 Rock. We were not in the farewells at that particular show, but they did go to the after party. Rage Against the Machine, their album cover. I'm just going to start doing this, and like something like an image is going to appear. It's going to be fucking sick. Their album cover is a little bit graphic, and let me pull it up really quick. Oh, I guess you would have seen it. I'm forgetting I could do this and like something will just appear there. It's fucking sick. Her album cover is really graphic. And I heard a little bit about what this was, but I kind of dove into it a tad. I don't know if there's a pronunciation for his name, but I'm gonna call him Kwang. This monk essentially lit himself on fire in a busy street. In 1963, as a protest of prosecution of Buddhists by the Catholic-led South Vietnamese government. So Quang was a Buddhist himself, and this was a really violent, really disturbing, gross protest. But essentially, here's a couple photos. I don't know if I'm going to get age restricted for that. I probably will. But he essentially sat down on a cushion in lotus position, like a typical meditation thing, and had his monk friend gas him. He said a couple words, lit a match, boom, and just lit on fire. And he sat there in lotus position, just sitting. And I mean, you can see from the pictures, he's burnt there. He's completely burnt. He's not moved at all. And just wild. He sat there for a full 10 minutes, just in that position. It's crazy. I can't even imagine. And one of the beautiful things, one of the crazy, amazing things from this is Kwang's heart remained completely intact, didn't burn or anything. So now it's considered to be holy and is placed in a glass chalice. But just like this, you know, Rage Against the Machine kind of embodies this protest, and they want to speak their mind, even if it means that they're going to piss people off, even if it means that they don't get aired on SNL anymore. But they took this extremely crazy protest and made it their album cover, and they stand with it. So Rage Against the Machine, I gained a lot of respect and crazy feelings for this band after researching them, but I'll have to dive more into them and maybe make a full video just on them. I actually stumbled on a Reddit post explaining why they would push artists to lip sync things, and it summarized it really well. It said the music is already properly mixed, so they wouldn't need a sound check and a live mix engineer, which I didn't even think about. I guess they'd probably have to hire someone for that. You know, they could go rogue or scream or swear. And the important thing is the recorded and played back music would sound exactly like what Mr. Joe down the block would hear driving home from his 9 to 5. So like if he hears a song on the TV that sounds a little off or different, he's going to be like, oh, why does it sound weird or goofy? This particular Reddit post is talking about the 1960s. In my mind, the 60s didn't have lip syncing. I thought that was more of a recent thing, like 80s, 90s. But apparently it was really bad in the 60s with the lip syncing. Like any show, they would just lip sync the crap out of whatever artist was up there. So the next group up, amazing transition that I just had. Mamas and the Papas were invited out in 1967 to Ed Sullivan Show. And they were forced to lip sync, and they couldn't really get out of it. And what's crazy is that this band is made up of 3 vocalists and a guitarist who is also singing. So their entire band is singing. So they're not doing shit during this. I'll just play this video. It's incredible. This is Michelle Phillips' famous banana protest. So, obviously, she takes a big munch out of a banana here. One of the top comments on this video is the wireless banana microphone was way ahead of its time. Later on in this, Michelle offers, I'm forgetting her name right now, but the other vocalist, a bite of the banana. And she like kind of refused it. At first she was like gonna accept it. She goes, no, this wasn't a protest. And she seems so nice about it. She says, you know, we were just lip syncing the song, she added. And then I looked over and there was a plate of food and there was a banana there. So I just reached over and started peeling it and I ate it. Calling the decision very spontaneous, she continued, I looked over and I was trying to do something with my hands because I felt a little awkward. Yeah. And then she's all happy. The audience is all clapping like, oh my God, yeah. It's so fake. It's so fake. And it's like, it's kind of dope seeing this in the 1960s. Oh, this is in 1967. It's kind of dope seeing this in the 1960s because right now we're having that like whole weird vibe on the media where it's like you don't really know what's real or fake, and here is just breaking the simulation. It's like, Michelle's like, oh, here you go. Let me take a bite out of a banana. And then my vocals are going to come through this wireless fucking banana as clear as day. I guess, in the 1960s, they had a similar problem as us where it's like, you don't really know what you're seeing is true or not.